NCC definitely gave me the opportunity to run my business and take care of my kids, and I still came here for 5 classes a semester. I was full-time.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. We are back yet again. It is day 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we are here commentating the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins round 1, game 2. Game 1 went pretty interestingly. The Flyers got the 3-2 win. Goals were scored by Jamie Drysdale, Travis Sanheim, and Porter Martone. To get the Flyers the 3-2 win, Malkin and Russ scored the goals for the Penguins in that game. And now we head to game 2. And game 2, while it's not a must-win for the Pittsburgh Penguins, it definitely feels like there's a lot on the line here for Pittsburgh to get this win. Because if they go to Philadelphia down 2-0, that is not an ideal situation for the Penguins to be in. What's up, everybody in the chat? We got a good crowd here to start. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Be sure to like the stream down below. Of course, subscribe if you're new. Thank you all for the phenomenal weekend. That was actually so much fun. That's probably the most fun I've had in a long time doing these commentary streams. So thank you all so much for the fun this weekend. And now we get ready here for a week filled with hockey. We will be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all this week, live streaming playoff hockey. I am so excited. What's up, Robert? How we doing? What's up, Mike? I see Daniel's in the chat. What's up, guys? How are we doing? If you can't tell, my voice is definitely a little bit different. It's probably going to be a work in progress here throughout this entire playoff run, but hopefully I'll be able to keep my voice good enough here for you guys. Instead of all the plastic water bottles that I'm using, we're going to save all the plastic. We're going to use a big jug today. Used a big jug of water here today for all my water drinking. So there you go. Who do I got in the best deal on goalies, Pittsburgh or Edmonton? I'm going the Oilers. Oilers got a better goaltending tandem. I like Ingram more than I like Skinner, to be completely honest with you. What's up, Taco Tom? Teams that go down 1-0 usually lose 30% of the time, so 0-2 is tough. Yup, you're right on that. So it's definitely, it does in a way feel like a must-win game for the Penguins. Although you don't lose the series, going back to Philadelphia down 2-0, that'll be rough. My voice will be fine as long as I hydrate. Should be good as long as I hydrate. And getting ready for the national anthem here in Pittsburgh. It's game 2 of the first round here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Looking forward to Flyers going up 2-0. I hope so. As a Flyers fan myself, I kind of hope so. But I have a feeling Pittsburgh's going to come out hard and play and probably win this game. Am I going to watch the Oilers game? Oilers are my favorite team. Yes, we will, Keegs. We are streaming the Oilers games here on the channel as well. We will be live for that later on tonight. So it's a doubleheader. We'll be live for this game, followed by Oilers and Ducks. And thank you for reminding me. Let me put that on the screen here, actually. So there you go. Oilers and Ducks, round 1, game 1. That will be our commentary here later on tonight on the channel. Hydration never takes a vacation. Go Fly Boys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It does not. All right, so again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Starting goaltenders here on both sides. You have Dan Vladar in net for Philadelphia and Stuart Skinner in net for Pittsburgh. It's the same 2 goalies that started on Saturday, so it should be an interesting one here tonight. Be here with you for as many games as I can. Thank you, Mike. Stars did go down 0-2 to Vegas a few years ago, but came back and win Game 7, but I can't remember another first round recently. I think of the Capitals back in 2018 on their road to the Stanley Cup. They came back and they beat Columbus in the first round. People forget that, actually. Alrighty, the national anthem has concluded here in Pittsburgh, and we are ready to get started with Game 2 of Round 1 between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. In case you missed it, Philadelphia won Game 1 3-2. Goals from Jamie Drysdale, Travis Sanheim, and Porter Martone. And we'll see what happens here tonight. Starting goaltenders on each side. Dan Vladar, who allowed 2 goals on each 18 shots for the Game 1 win. And again, during that time, the fact that the Flyers defense limited Pittsburgh to 18 shots is pretty impressive. On the other side, Stuart Skinner, who allowed 3 goals on 20 shots in the Game 1 loss there for the Penguins, hoping to bounce back here with the Penguins here tonight. It's Game 2 of round number 1 of one of the best rivalries in the National Hockey League. It feels like a must-win game for Pittsburgh. If Philadelphia gets the win tonight, they will go back home on Wednesday with a 2-0 lead. Flyers and Penguins, round 1, Game 2, and we are underway. Face-off is won back then by the Penguins. They will dump it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. In the corner, Ristolainen back over them to Travis Sanheim. Right side to Couturier. Penguins pressuring early. Raquel battling 4 on the right side. Huge hit there by Ristolainen. Down low now in the corner. Sanheim gets it back. He'll chip it off the boards to the point. Clifton will fire that one wide of Vladar. Battling for it down low in the corner. Penguins getting the early pressure here. Raquel to Novak. Up top then Malkin will throw it to the point. Nobody is there, and the puck will slide back into the Pittsburgh zone. This arena, like on Saturday, is loud and ready to go. There's plenty of orange in the crowd, though, so it's not just yellow. Here come the Penguins now with this puck. Rust will drop it back then to Parker Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon will regroup with it now behind the Pittsburgh net. He'll hold that one down low. Pittsburgh definitely need to get a lot more shots on. They only had 18 shots in the loss to Philadelphia on Saturday. Chinnikov comes into the zone. Shot there is blocked. Here's Travis Konechny. Chips it off the boards. He'll loop this one back around. Dump it around behind the net then to Dvorak. Dvorak up top. Shot on Skinner. There goes wide in front. Martone a chance, and that one is blocked. And the Penguins will try and clear to center. They will get it there successfully. Drysdale played back over then to Rust. And Pittsburgh will now regroup here in their own end. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Trevor Zegras will dump this one down low into the Pittsburgh zone. He picked up his first point in the playoffs in his career with an assist on, I believe, the Sanheim goal. Tyson Forster battling for it down low in the corner. Sanheim fires one on Skinner, and he makes the save. As you can tell, we are 5 subscribers away from 5,800. We started off the day yesterday with, like, literally just 100 less. We started off the day yesterday with, I think, 5,695. So, again, like, 100 subs gained yesterday. I will take it. Thank you all so much for that. But now it's a new day, and we're moving towards a new goal here. But I appreciate your guys' support here on the channel these past couple weeks. Face-off coming up here now in the Pittsburgh zone. 18-11 left to go here in the first period. There's Igor Chinnikov on the bench for Pittsburgh, and a good chance on Vladar. He's been a phenomenal player since coming over from Columbus. Face-off in the Pittsburgh zone is won then by the Penguins. They will dump it down low into the Philadelphia zone. It's cleared back the other way then by the Flyers back into the Penguins' end. Now Letang Battling forward here with Zegras. Letang will win that battle. Throws a pass up to Girard. Girard ahead to Lizotte. Blake Lizotte carries it in on the right side. Fires it on. That one goes up in the air. And it stays in play. Tippett thrown to center then for Forster. Broken up by the Penguins, who will regroup now on their own end. Here's Chris Letang down the right side. Carries it into the zone. Will fire it around the Philadelphia net. Sealer back over then for Cam York. York will regroup with it here at center. Trying to get that one back is Denver Barkey, who also picked up his first career playoff point in the game against Pittsburgh on Saturday. What's up, Goku? Let's go Penguins and let's go Wild. See if the Wild can go up 2-0 tonight. Here's Drysdale. Off the boards to Michkov. Michkov will send Barkey. He'll chip that one down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Clifton battling for it in the corner then with Cates. There as well as Barkey fighting with Mantha. Philadelphia will clear this one up top. Drysdale fires it on. That one is blocked in front. Pittsburgh will clear this one off the boards back to center. Sorry, I saw former Canuck there in the play. Made me think of Vancouver for some reason. Still a little out of it. What's up, Shadow? How we doing? Let's go, Pens. Here's Travis Sanheim. Battling for on the right side then with Novak. Philadelphia will clear it back to center. Wotherspoon. Cross-ice pass then for Novak. Novak will skate it through center. Raquel dumps it into the zone. Vladar plays it back into the corner. Here's Ristolainen. Trying to chip this one ahead to center. Novak steals it back. Fires in, and that one goes wide. It's behind the net now. Grabbed back by Ristolainen. Down low in the corner. Tommy Novak for Pittsburgh. Over to Malkin. Malkin fighting here now with Sanheim. Trying to get that one free down low in the corner. Ricard Raquel. Battling for it down low. Raquel fighting with Novak. Novak up top then for Wotherspoon. Fires it. That one goes wide of Vladar once again. Here's Rasmus Ristolainen up top to Sanheim. Sanheim for Couturier. He'll gain the line and dump it down low into the Penguin zone. It ends up going up and out of play. And everybody getting into it now. Here's the intensity that we were promised. Game one was incredibly physical. There was a lot of penalties and pushing and shoving. It seemed like they were calling everything under the sun. There was a lot of penalties in game one, and I'm expecting this one to be no different. And again, I said it in the preview very briefly. This really does feel like a must-win game for the Penguins. If Pittsburgh loses this game and they have to go back to Philadelphia down 2-0, I don't like their odds, to be completely honest with you. I don't know about you guys, but I do not like their odds if they have to go back to Philadelphia down 2-0. Vladar will give it back behind the net then for Cam York. York off the boards on the right side then. Poke check to center by Dvorak. Here's Dvorak. He's got some room. Drops it back to York. York up top connecting. Fires in, and that one goes above Skinner. And back down low in the corner. Travis connecting now below the line. Up top, Martone fumbled the puck. Drysdale get it back, though. Drysdale to Martone. A shot through the traffic. Denied by Skinner. Chinnikov back to Drysdale. Drysdale will clear it off the boards. Back now in the corner. Connecting back to Dvorak. Christian Dvorak. Down low to Konechny. Up top, Dvorak looks for options. At the point now, Cam York. York at the line for Philadelphia. Will dump it down low furthermore. And Pittsburgh will chip this one back to center. Shots are 2-1 here in favor of Philadelphia. Penguins will dump it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Battling for on the right side then. Lizotte will get it to center. Achari backhands it the other way. Philadelphia steals it back. Here's Tippett down the right side. Trying to get it past Wotherspoon. Battling forward here down low in the corner. Tippett fighting with Zegras. Wotherspoon takes it back for Pittsburgh. Stolen back by the Flyers. Forster fighting now with Achari. Tyson Forster trying to poke check this one away. It's intercepted then by Wotherspoon, who will carry it back down the other way. He'll gain the line and dump it into the Philadelphia zone. Juleson battling forward with Achari. There as well as Lizotte. Jabbing at that puck then. Connor Dewar being tied up by Trevor Zegras down low in the corner. Pittsburgh gets it back. Lizotte wraparound chance in front. And Vladar takes that puck and covers up. Nobody has scored yet, Robert. About 6 minutes gone here in period number one. There's been plenty of pushing and shoving, especially these last few minutes, and as well as that too, plenty of physicality, as we expected here between these two teams. They do not play at the Spectrum. They haven't played at the Spectrum in a while. Nah, these are misleading, aren't they? They're a little misleading, aren't they? Shots are 2-1 in favor of Philadelphia. 14:01 left to go here in period number 1. Face-off in the Philadelphia zone is won back then by the Flyers. Sanheim will clear it off the boards back to center, intercepted by Kindle. Kindle back to Mantha. Puck goes up in the air. Anthony Mantha battling for it down low then with Travis Sanheim. Trying to get that one free as well as Soderblom. On the right side, cross up to the point then. Shot from Carlson goes way up in the air and out of play. Hits already are 6-6. And plenty of physicality here so far. We are still scoreless here in Game 2. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Yesterday, we had 2 commentaries get above 100 likes, which I think is absolutely nuts. I'm grateful for your guys' support. Sorry for the lack of additional content today. I posted the Oilers versus Ducks round 1 preview. I have yet to, I didn't make a TikTok or anything or a short today. I was kind of just dead tired. I had to get up early for school. I came home right away and I took a nap, so I didn't really get any TikToks out. But tomorrow we'll start flowing out the regular content and start getting some off-season stuff out for the teams that are now eliminated, for the people in here who are fans of teams that are not in the playoffs. Content for you will be coming soon. Anyway, status report between these 2 teams here ahead of this game tonight. It's a bit of a short one. Tippett and Andre were questionable after each missed practice on Sunday. I believe they're both in the lineup. Looks like the Penguins are using the same lineup they used in their 3-2 loss in Game 1 on Saturday, and that is the truth. They're using basically their exact same lineup. No problem, Todd. Thank you for being in the streams, bro. It's appreciated. You have an energy drink for tonight's Minnesota Wild game? Oh, boy. I need an energy drink. That's what I should have got today. Last live game my dad took me to was at the Spectrum against Montreal. And Patrick Waugh? Nice. Pretty nifty there to see Patrick Waugh. Lucky you. I feel like for Pittsburgh, they definitely need to do a better job at rushing into the zone. It felt like they were struggling to enter the Philadelphia zone and have legitimate pressure. So far, they've done a solid job at that. But again, it's early. Face-off here in the Philadelphia zone, won by the Penguins. Here's Chinnikov at the line. Fires it on Vladar. It's blocked. Flyers get it back to center. Glendening with speed is broken up there. Cross-ice pass over then for Connor Clifton. Clifton, right side to Crosby. Crosby will drop it back down low then for Ryan Shea. Ryan Shea over to Clifton. Back down low now. Pittsburgh will handle this puck. Shea will carry it through center. Shea gains the line and dumps it down low into the Philadelphia end. Cam York back to Drysdale. Drysdale will clear this one back to center. Pittsburgh will go back into their own end now and regroup with this puck. Chinnikov drops it back down low. Penguins looking to move this one through center now. Girard with speed. Cross-ice pass over then for Raquel, who will flick that one in on Vladar. He makes the save and covers up. And now they get into it here. Porter Martone getting into it with, I believe that's Evgeny Malkin. He's talking to there, or Ricard Raquel. Young feisty kid there in Porter Martone as we were advertised, of course. Not surprised in the slightest about that. Face-off coming up here now. It's going to be in the Philadelphia zone. 12:52 to go in period number 1. The face-off, Raquel versus Dvorak. They're going to kick Raquel out. They'll bring in Novak. Face-off is a tie-up. Philadelphia wins it back. Ristolainen clears it off the boards then for Martone. Porter Martone will dump it back to center. Pittsburgh regroups here in their own end. Girard back over then, intercepted by Dvorak. Dvorak tried to poke check that one away. Novak off the boards to center. Malkin back on the right side to Girard. Girard off the boards to Ricard Raquel, who will dump it down low into the Philadelphia end. Here's Travis Sanheim. will backhand this one to center, or at least he'll try to. Sanheim up to Konechny. Pass is broken up. Raquel will dump it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Flyers will grab that one down low, and they'll regroup. Rasmus Ristolainen back over to Sealer. Sealer up top to Tippett. We'll try and backhand that one ahead. Huge hit at the line. And Ristolainen gets it back down low here in the Philadelphia zone. Battling for it then with Zegras. Pittsburgh will pick it up here on the right side. Dewar up top to Carlson. Carlson pass back over down low for Achari. Philadelphia trying to get that one back to center. Achari intercepts it then for Pittsburgh. Sealer trying to get that one back here on the right side. Two shot from Achari is denied by Vladar. Forster, huge physicality play there down low in the corner. Lazat back over to Zegras and a whistle blown dead. And we have a penalty coming up. It's against the Flyers. 11:36 left to go here in period number 1. We are going to get our first penalty of the game, and it's a high-sticking call against Tyson Forster. And the Penguins with a big opportunity. They will head to the power play. It is very important that Pittsburgh takes advantage of this power play. They were unable to get the first goal in game 1, and I think if they want to win this game, they definitely need to get the first goal here in game number 2. Penguins power play in the regular season was ranked 7th in the NHL. A lot of top weapons on there. Even though those weapons went silent in game 1, they're still a threat. Evgeny Malkin will dump it down low here into the Philadelphia zone. Carlson takes it back for the Penguins. Rust to Carlson. Carlson now below the line, up top, then Rust. Back over to Malkin. Malkin on top of the circle. Rust a shot. That one is blocked. Carlson gets it back then for the Penguins. Carlson down low, tip just wide. Here's Raquel. Back in the corner. Over to Couturier, off the boards. Philadelphia will take it. They will try and clear. Sanheim's going to get it out. Here he comes shorthanded. Sanheim shorthanded, dekes around. He falls on his skates, and that's a penalty. Are they calling Pittsburgh for tripping? Oh, my goodness. Wow. So the Pittsburgh power play will immediately come to a close. They are calling Erik Karlsson for a trip. That was great by Travis Sanheim to set that up. And yeah, he does trip him. Wow, I couldn't really tell from my angle, but he does trip him. Well, there you go. Power play comes to a close there for Pittsburgh. We're now back to 4-on-4, followed by a very brief Philadelphia power play. Penguins fans are not happy at that call. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Already 30 likes. Man, you guys are awesome. Jesus. Thank you guys so much for that. That's really appreciated. Got 85 people in here. That's a great start to today. Again, we'll be live all week. All week for Stanley Cup playoff games. All week long. Face-off coming up here now in the Pittsburgh zone is won back then by the Penguins. Behind the net now getting it back is Samuel Girard. He'll get it to center. Dewar. Drop back over then to Chris Letang. Letang will move it here through center. He'll backhand it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Here's Cam York. Off the boards then for Dvorak. Drop back down low here now into the corner. Regrouping with it is Drysdale. Jamie Drysdale has it behind the Philadelphia net. York. Back to Drysdale. Ahead then for Konechny. Philadelphia breaking it through the neutral zone. Dvorak. Down low will drop it up to Drysdale. Drysdale back over then for Konechny. He fumbles the puck. Girard takes it back. He will try and clear to center. And the Penguins will get it there. Here's Letang. He's got some room on the 4-on-4. 35 seconds left. Philadelphia will poke check it back to center. Trying to get around Crosby there was Cates. Girard battling for it down low in the corner with Cates and Crosby. Crosby will get it back then for the Penguins. He was held scoreless in the game last night. Tippett back over to Cates. Cates trying to throw a pass up top to Ristolainen. Couldn't get that right on the stick. Here's Risto into the zone. He comes in. Saved by Skinner. And he will cover. And Risto throwing the punches at Crosby. And I think there will be a penalty here. Yup, they're kicking Risto and Crosby. They're sending him to the box. There was definitely going to be something there. And yes, there was. Oh my goodness. So I believe they'll give Ristolainen and Crosby penalties here on that call. But a good save there by Stuart Skinner. And he's going to need to be solid tonight. Game 2 of the first round is still tied at 0. Shots are 3-2 here in favor of Philadelphia. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Feels great to see all you guys in here. I don't know if Crosby deserved a penalty there. Yeah, you're probably right. Not going to lie. You might be right. All right. 9:47 left to go here in period number 1. They are targeting Sydney, probably. They did say they'd be doing that. I don't think they meant it like a light to injure him, but they're definitely going to get under his skin. And I mean, again, if they can do that, they have a good chance at winning the series. If we're being honest with ourselves. Rev might be tight on the whistle. You're right about that. Yep. You're looking right about that so far. Need Pence to pull through for your bracket. That's fair. I have him in my bracket too. So 2 Flyers in the box. So it looks like only Ristolainen took the penalty there. I thought they were calling both Crosby and Ristolainen for the penalty, but Risto threw the punches on Crosby. And that means that Pittsburgh will go back to the power play. It's a 4-on-3 for 11 seconds, then a little bit more of 4-on-4. Face-off in the Philadelphia zone, won by the Flyers. They will dump it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Chris Letang carries it through center, pass back to Girard. Girard now battling 4 on the right side. Letang back over to Girard. Girard drops it back for Malkin. Malkin to the point, fires it, it goes wide. Philadelphia will take it back. They'll get it to center. Back to 4-on-4 here now, battling 4 on the right side. Forster. And blown dead for an offsides. I thought so too, Jack. I thought so as well, but it looks like... I thought the referee pointed at both of them and pointed to the box, but... It looks like... they only called Risto, which is right. Like, I mean, Risto punched him. Crosby didn't really do anything. So, you picked every game right so far? Who did you pick to win this game? Face-off coming here outside of the Penguins zone. Face-off is won back then by the Penguins. Girard behind his own net. Girard back over to Letang. Letang cross-ice pass to Ben Kindle. Kindle cross-ice pass to Letang. Letang up top. Chinnikov comes in, fires it, and that one goes wide. Here's Zegras on the right side, throws it to center. Tippett will gain the line and dump it back down low. Pittsburgh is back on the power play. You pick Philly? Oh, let's see if you're right, bro. Shot still 3-2 here in favor of the Penguins. Carlson back to Raquel. Raquel will drop it back to Malkin, over then for Crosby. Crosby down low to Malkin. Pass over is blocked by Sanheim. Forster will dump this one all the way back down the other way into the Pittsburgh zone. Here's Carlson. Holds it down here in the Pittsburgh end. Carlson back to Crosby. Pass over is blocked there as he tried to get it over to Carlson. Broken up by Sanheim. Kept in the zone. Rust. Right side to Malkin. Malkin down low to Crosby. Crosby to Carlson. A shot. It went out the side of the net. Carlson battling for it now yet again on the right side. Sanheim takes it back, and he will clear down the other way. Skinner will drop it back here for Rust. Brian Rust now moving it through center. Drop back to Malkin. Malkin to Mantha. Last couple seconds here of the power play. Novak up top to Letang. Letang to Novak. Novak a shot. And that one goes wide of Vladar. Power play is over. Behind the net then Mantha to Rust. Back over then for Novak, and it's broken up. Here come the Flyers the other way. Cleared back down low here into the Penguin zone. Forster battling forward with Girard. He's hit down low in the corner by Soderblom. That's a big body there in Elmer Soderblom. Novak battling for it then with York. Drysdale gets it back down low in the corner. York battling forward here on the right side. Down low, Novak fighting with Drysdale. Taken back by Michkov, chipped off the boards to Barkey. Barkey will get it back to center, intercepted there by the Penguins. Here's Soderblom carrying it into the zone. He's getting knocked off that puck by Michkov, who will bank it off the boards back to Zegras, who will clear it back to center. Racing with speed now is Barkey down low into the Penguin zone. It's taken back by Weatherspoon. It's been a very even game so far. I'd say with the power plays, Pittsburgh's probably been in the zone more than Philadelphia has. Dumped down low into the Philadelphia zone. Shot on Vladar goes wide. Sealer. And he takes Achari in the face. And that's another penalty against the Flyers. And this is not good for Philadelphia. That's a high call. That's a high sticking call there on Nick Sealer. So Pittsburgh's going to get another power play. Oh. Yeah, Chari's got some blood on his hand. This could be a double minor. Oh, no. Let's see what the call is. So it's a 2-minute call for roughing as Sealer hit him in the face with his glove. So it'll be yet again another Pittsburgh power play here with 6:42 to go in this opening period. Michkov needs to show up soon. Yeah, he just looks a little bit slow out there, I'm not going to lie. This is not good news here for the Flyers. You cannot keep taking penalties, especially in a game like this. So power play coming up here for Pittsburgh. Rick Tocchet not happy with the call. I think it was the right call. Tocchet talking to the official. He is not thrilled about that. Doesn't matter what he thinks, though. Face-off here in the Philadelphia zone is a tie-up. Raquel up top, then the Carlson. Carlson stolen back by the Flyers. Here's a 3-on-2. Couturier will gain the line. He's got Glendening. Coots takes it around Malkin. Couturier back over up top for Crosby. Here's Crosby now through center. Drops it back to Rust. Rust to Raquel. Below the line, Rust up top. Crosby fires it. Saved by Vladar. Malkin on the right side back to Crosby. Up top, Carlson. Carlson back to Crosby at the point. Down low to Malkin. Malkin to Crosby on the right side. Crosby to Malkin. Up top to Crosby. Pass over then to Carlson. Down low to Rust. Penguins cycling this puck. Rust. Below the line, Raquel. Pass over. Shot on Malkin. Goes up in the air. And wide. Couturier now will get it back to center for Philadelphia. And Skinner will regroup. Here's Chris Letang behind the net for the Penguins. 5.5 minutes to go here in this opening period. Halfway through the Pittsburgh power play. Second unit out there now on the ice. It's Malkin. Battling for on the right side with Cates, who forces them back to center. Letang down the right side. Drops it back up top for Mantha. Mantha back to Kindle. Kindle up top then for Malkin. Malkin down low to Kindle. Evgeny Malkin to the point to Letang, a shot, and that one goes wide. Kindle battling for it there with Juleson. Juleson down low trying to play that puck. Mantha back to Malkin. Malkin up top to Letang. 20 seconds to go. Malkin a shot save. Mantha a chance. Denied by Vladar, and the Flyers will clear the other way. That'll pretty much do it here for the Pittsburgh power play. 10 seconds to go. Letang will hold it here in his own end. Off the boards, battling forward, Achari with Sanheim. Hathaway battling for it down low in the corner. Power play is over. Hathaway fighting in the corner with Sanheim. Hathaway trying to get that one free. Sanheim battling for it down low in the corner. Behind the net now, Cam York gets it back for the Flyers. Here's Dvorak down the right side. He'll dump it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Skinner behind his net then up top. Achari. Over ahead then for Dewar. Up top, Clifton will dump it down low into the Philadelphia end. Shots are dead even here at 3 apiece. It was a good kill by the Flyers. They've been perfect so far. Michkov will gain the line. He will dump it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. Let's go Flyers. Sealer battling for it then with Novak. It's cleared all the way back into the Philadelphia zone. And that'll be an icing against Pittsburgh. 3:53 left to go here in this opening period. The Penguins, with already 3 power plays on the game, but they were all unsuccessful. Great kill by the Flyers. And that's what they've done a phenomenal job at here so far. Again, if you're going to win games like this, you need to be solid on your penalty kill, on the back end defensively. And the Flyers were just that, but you need to stay out of the box moving forward. Got to stay disciplined, too. That play on Crosby was unnecessary. Here's Forster back to Tippett. Pass is broken up then. Tippett banks it around back behind the net. Zegras down low in the corner here for Philadelphia. Forster battling for it down low then with Clifton. Clifton will clear it back to center then for Pittsburgh. All the way back into the Philadelphia zone. That's an icing. So now 3.5 to go on the dot. Scoreless here in Pittsburgh still. It's been a lineup to the sin bin all day. Yup. It has been. The referees seem to be calling everything. And I mean, again, they're justified penalties too. It's not like they're ridiculous calls. They're all correct. Face-off here in the Pittsburgh end. Dvorak versus Crosby. Face-off won by Philadelphia. Wrists the line and keeps it into the line. Martone fires it. And that one goes wide there of Skinner. Down low in the corner. Shea will bank it off the boards then back over to center. Trying to get that one was Brian Rust. Ristolainen will get to it first. He will be tied up down low in the corner by Rust. Crosby turns it over back to Martone. Here's Konechny. Will dump it down low here into the Pittsburgh zone. Witherspoon battling for it on the right side. Then puck will slide all the way in just wide of Vladar. And that will be another icing. Porter Martone, the 19-year-old phenom, had 10 points in 9 games played with the Flyers in the regular season. Scored the game-winning goal in Saturday night's game against Pittsburgh to give the Flyers a 1-0 lead. He obviously wasn't the only reason why they won the game, but he was a massive factor as to why Philadelphia was able to get that win. Here's Witherspoon. Carries it now through center. Shots are still 3-3. Puck will go into the Philadelphia bench. And they will blow the play dead. Thank you, Philly Kush. I appreciate it. Hopefully in the future. Would love to do that as a job. Still scoreless here in Pittsburgh. Put the money on Pittsburgh so now the Flyers will win. You make a sacrifice. That's why your input is important because can't see. Yep. Yeah, it's not a good idea. The Flyers definitely need to stay out of the box. That has to be the keys to the game here if they want to get the win. Got to stay out of the box. That's the number one thing you need to do. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 1 subscriber away from 5,800. So thank you all so much for that. We are already at 47 likes here through about the first period. What is my prediction for the final score? I'm taking 4-1 Pittsburgh. I think the Penguins will win this game. If the Flyers win this game, I will be pleasantly surprised. I think Pittsburgh will bounce back. They'll win here in game 1. It'll be a tied series going back to Philadelphia. Hey, there it is, 5,800. Thank you all so much. 200 away from 6K. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. We will keep on putting in the work here on the channel for you guys. All right, 2:47 left to go here in this opening period. We are back in Pittsburgh. A lot of penalties in that first half, and they were all against the Flyers. If the Flyers want to win this game, they need to stay out of the box. That's the number one thing. I know their PK has been solid so far in these playoffs, but you need to stay out of the box. Don't keep on giving them these opportunities. Good defense, though, so far. York had a couple good block shots. Vladar's made the saves he's had to. Penguins doing a solid job. What's my prediction for the final? Oh, wait, you already said that. Thank you, Eli. Sorry, I meant to read the thing at the bottom. No, sir. 3-2 Flyers. I'm a Flyers fan, so I hope. But I think realistically, I feel like the Penguins will win this one. If they don't, I will be pleasantly surprised. We are roasting that Jamie Drysdale pack. He scored a goal the other day. These goalies suck, just shoot. Vladar doesn't suck, come on. 2:47 left to go. Face off at centers, one back by the Flyers. Drysdale will dump it down low into the Pittsburgh end. Down low in the corner here, Glendening battling forward with Couturier. Couturier fighting with Hathaway. Hathaway down low here on the right side. Puck deflects up in the air. Trying to get that one is Couturier, and they blow the play dead for a hand pass. And yeah, that was a hand pass, for sure. For sure. And these two teams getting into it here yet again. Again, we know the physicality is going to be the biggest factor of this game tonight. That should not surprise anybody whatsoever. We knew these two teams were going to get into it physically. And that they have so far. 2.5 minutes to go here in this first period. Face-off coming up outside of the Pittsburgh zone. Yesterday we broke a record. We broke the record for the most amount of people in a single NHL-related Watch with Nordic commentary. 341 people yesterday. Broke the previous record of 317. Thank you all so much for that. Face-off here outside of the Pittsburgh zone. It's won back by the Penguins. Wotherspoon chipped off the boards then and back down low into the Philadelphia zone. Achari battling forward with York. Down low in the corner now, Connor Dewar back to York, who will clear it off the boards. Kept in the zone, though, by the Penguins. Lizotte, down low backhand there, goes just wide of the Philadelphia net. Thank you, Tony. Flyers get it back now here in their own zone. It's Drysdale. Drysdale behind the Philadelphia net. 2 minutes to go here in this first period. Eerily similar to game one. Tippett regroups now at his own end. Pass back to York. York ahead to center. Pittsburgh will steal it back, then try to throw a saucer pass down low to Novak. Philadelphia takes it back. York off the boards then to Sealer. Nick Sealer here will clear this one to center. Now Letang battling with Tippett. Gerard off the boards to center. Penguins get it back on the right side. Tippett off the boards ahead then. Here's Konechny with some room. Konechny is offsides. So they blow that play dead. Of course they do. Yeah, the most we've had was 341, but the stream's been doing really well besides that. I don't really pay attention. I keep track of the numbers just to keep track of them for the streams and stuff, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is commentating the games. Face-off coming here at center ice. 1:24 left to go in the first period. Face-off won back by Ristolainen. Ristolainen chipped off the boards, then Martone gets it back for the Flyers. Dumped down low here into the Penguin zone. Letang fighting with Konechny. Taken back then by Pittsburgh. Brian Rust will claim a loose puck. Cross-ice pass to Crosby, broken up by Dvorak. Nice play there. Martone will regroup for Philadelphia. Here's Martone. He'll get around Rust. Last minute of play here in the first period. Martone pass to Konechny. Konechny down low. Fires it on Skinner. He'll make the save. And Pittsburgh will clear down the other way. A speeding Brian Rust will battle forward with Ristolainen. He loses his stick. And Ristolainen will take it back the other way. Sanheim into the zone down the right side. Sanheim, a shot denied by Skinner. Cates takes one there up high. He's okay. In the corner now, Ben Kindle. Battling forward with Cates. 30 seconds to go here in this opening period. Martone will backhand it down low to the corner. Cates battling for it down with Clifton. Shea will get it back for the Penguins and try and get it to center. Mantha on the right side. Michkov plays it back down low to Drysdale. Jamie Drysdale now will regroup here in his own end. Back down low for York. York off the boards then to Barkey. And back into the Pittsburgh zone with 7 seconds to go for an icing. Saunders is good. You don't have a TV? Oh, that sucks. 7.5 seconds to go here. Face off here in the Philadelphia zone. One back by the Penguins. Carlson to Letang. Letang fires it wide of Vladar. Time will wind down, and that will do it for period number 1. End of 20 here in Pittsburgh. Not a very eventful period. Only 8 shots total. 5 of them going in favor of the Flyers. And we are scoreless after 20 minutes of play. Really? Why is that? That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 2 momentarily. This is the countdown till the second. Stick around, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Shots are 5-3 in favor of, or 5-2, sorry, in favor of the Flyers. Took a shot off there for Pittsburgh. Very underwhelming period. Not a lot of action in that one. Cost too much on fixed income. Yup, hit the bathrooms, people. Come on. Hit the bathrooms. Make sure you don't piss yourself while you're watching me. It's not piss with Nordic, it's watch with Nordic. Other scores around the NHL here. Ooh, that's game 5. Why the hell am I on game 5? So there are 4 games here tonight in the NHL. Senators and Hurricanes is currently going on as of now. That is a scoreless hockey game through about 6 minutes of play. And coming up here later on the channel tonight is the Anaheim Ducks and the Edmonton Oilers. That'll be the later game here on the commentary schedule. What's up, Orby Jack? Let's do a fundraiser to get this guy a TV. Pinch of good salt in your water, like Celtic salt, will retain it better. Really? Maybe I'll take some Ricola. Yep, stay out of the box. That's the biggest thing. If both teams want to win this game, they need to stay out of the box. They have to. Like it's a must. Ooh, my clock's right on cue with the ESPN one. I think that's the first time I've done that. All right. Hey, Daniel, $5 dono. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, dude. Your donations are greatly appreciated as always. Thank you, guys. And there's the $5 for that guy's TV. Gritty's behind me. Homeboy Gritty's always behind me, bro. That's my boy. Gritty's my boy. 5-2 are the shots in favor of Philadelphia. We'll be live for basically all 4 games here to open up this series. You take a look at the schedule. We'll be live for game 3 on Wednesday. We'll be live for game 4 on Saturday. So these 2 teams get a 2-day break. They'll get a travel day back to Philadelphia. And then Saturday will be game 4. That'll be at, I believe, 8 o'clock, actually. Let me go take a look. There's 3 games on Saturday, as there were last week. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, there's 3 games. 3 games on Saturday this week as there was last Saturday. They're the same 3 games that were on this past Saturday, and then the same 4 games on Sunday. We'll be live for all of them. Update on the Hurricanes versus the Senators. Logan Stankoven appears to have opened up the scoring from Taylor Hall and Jackson Blake. That line in particular has been the only line to score the goals in that series. It's 1-0 Carolina in the first period of that game. So, yeah. How the Phillies doing? Top of the second, no outs. At least they won an inning without allowing a run, right? Thank God. Oh my God. The winner of the series gets the Liberty Bell for a year. The winner of this series gets destroyed by Carolina. How about that? The winner of this series will get destroyed by Carolina. Ooh, nice play there for Stankoven. Power play goal as well. 1-0 lead for Carolina in that game. There's only been 4 goals scored in the first period between all of the games so far. 4 total. That's surprising. We've been live for like 3 of them too. That is interesting. Yeah, basically whoever wins this series gets to lose to Carolina, basically. I can't see either of these teams beating Carolina. If I'm being honest, I don't want to discredit either of these two teams, but Carolina is just that much better. If the Senators somehow win that series, then I could see one of these two teams winning that. But it would depend. It would definitely depend. Eric Johnson talking to Mikko Rantanen as the two of them walk in. Two former teammates there. All right, still got about 10 minutes here till period number 2. As always, thank you all for tuning in. 1-0 lead for Carolina in the other game. Is Jordan Staal the last Staal brother in the NHL? Yes, he is. He is the last Staal brother in the NHL. He won't be in the NHL for that much longer either. Not that much longer. Am I a Philadelphia guy, Nordic? Yeah, I'm from Philadelphia. But I'm not being biased here at all, or I'm not trying to be biased. I'll be critical of my team more than I am Pittsburgh. But I am from the Philadelphia area. I am a Flyers fan. Can at least see the Sens wearing them down physically. Yeah, that's true. I just think whoever, no matter who plays in that series, they're losing to Carolina. No matter who it is, honestly. That's my opinion, though. You guys might think differently, and that's all good. You can have a differing opinion. That's why I asked, sorry, you had the knowing comment about the station Phillies pitching. Appreciate you calling the game. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, I'm a big Phillies guy. Big Phillies fan. They frustrate me to no end. Probably more than the Flyers, honestly. Especially now. Like, at least at least with the Flyers, I'm just happy to be here. With the Phillies, I'm just pissed off all the time. Puerto Rico baking the Flyers. Oh, yeah. Buffalo versus Philly. Minnesota versus the Ducks. That'd be a fun conference finals. Minnesota versus Anaheim. That'd be like a throwback to the playoffs back in the day. Didn't they play each other a few years ago in the playoffs? Yeah, they have. They played each other back in 2007 in the first round. They played each other in 2003 in the conference finals. Was that the last time that Minnesota went to the second round, or at least the conference finals? Can't believe the Pirates look good. It must be the apocalypse. It's early. It's early. They did this a couple years ago. Yeah, Connor Griffin's hitting. Paul Skeens is pitching pretty well since that pretty bad first game against the Mets. You take what you can get. I saw there was an umbrella blowing around PNC Park the other day. I watched the highlights for them against the Rays. Game had a rain delay and then went to like 14 innings. So again, the 4 games tonight, Philadelphia and Pittsburgh coming up here in about 6 minutes or so. Senators and Hurricanes is a 1-0 lead for Carolina midway through period number 1. Minnesota and Dallas at 9:30. And then after that, Oilers and Ducks will be live for that game here on the channel, so be sure to tune around for that. I will end the stream and make a new one for that one. I've seemed to notice that works a lot better than just simply converting over everything. It works a lot better. Watch Korea's goal after getting flattened out on the ice was an awesome goal. Cream cheese, my new nickname. Oh my God. Which team will win? I think the Flyers win. Or I think the Penguins win. If the Flyers win, I will be pleasantly surprised. All right, period number 2 coming up right after this commercial break here on my screen. Shots are 5-2 in favor of Philadelphia. They've been, I guess, somewhat the better team so far. They played well, generally speaking. Subscribe down below if you're new, guys. Let's go Rangers. Sadly not in the playoffs. You'll be waiting for that draft lottery. That's what you're waiting for, the draft lottery. All right. 3 minutes to go till period number 2. Happy 420. What's up, John? Yeah, my voice is doing good. Not as good as it usually is, but it's holding up. It's holding up, doing well. Hopefully Nola is a good start today. After all those penalties are sitting good, yep. Vladar's pretty solid. I can see why he didn't want to be the backup to Wolf. Yeah, he wanted a new opportunity. All goalies want that. It's totally fair. All right, 2.5 minutes here till period number 2. Stick around, everybody. Subscribe down below if you're new. I see everybody starting to come back into the stream. What's up, Hugh? Back in the saddle. Yes, sir. We got 58 likes here on this commentary. Let's see if we can get to 100 before the middle of the game. 58 likes is nuts. Thank you all so much for your support. You guys have brought it with the likes recently. Alrighty, everyone, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. First period recap, no goals were scored in that opening frame. And now we take a look at the middle frame here now. So taking a look here at your stats through 20, shots are 5-2 in favor of Philadelphia. Face-off percentage is 56%, in favor of Pittsburgh. Power plays, Pittsburgh 0 for 3. Philadelphia yet to have a power play tonight. Hits are 25-15. And block shots are 7-3 in favor of the Flyers. Philadelphia out-hit Pittsburgh, and they outshot Pittsburgh in that opening period. Penguins definitely need to get more shots on if they want to win this one here tonight. 2 shots is not going to cut it. I hate to say it. I'm no expert, but you know. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. What do you think about these young Flyers? They played well. All right, period number 2 between the Flyers and the Penguins, and we are underway. Face-off one back then by Philadelphia. Rasmus Ristolainen will chip this one off the boards to center. Couturier battling for on the right side with Malkin. Taken back then by Glendening, who will dump it into the zone around Skinner. Sean Couturier now down low fighting with Clifton. There as well on the right side. Pittsburgh will break this one here down the right side and through center. And my screen is frozen. Oh, isn't this wonderful? Oh my goodness, what is happening? No. All right, hang on a second, guys. My game is lagging out. Let me fix this really quick. My game started lagging aggressively. Let me go out and go back in. Sorry, guys. I apologize. All right, let's see if that fixes it. Got to keep Sid off his game. Rup. All right, there we go. Down low now, Christian Dvorak will backhand this one to center. My apologies, guys. We did not really miss anything. Pittsburgh will hold it here in their own zone. Carlson up top to Rust. On the right side now, Barkey battling forward at center. Into the zone now, Chinnikov trying to grab that puck. It's intercepted then by the Flyers. Martone Off the boards then and dumps it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Barkey battling for it in the corner with Carlson. Chinnikov gets it back then. Up top, Michkov. Pass over to Barkey's broken up. Carlson battling for it then with Juleson. Juleson will send Michkov. Michkov fires it into the glove of Stuart Skinner, and he'll make the save. First real good chance there for Matvei Michkov. What's up, Spider-Man? How we doing? Welcome to the stream, bro. Oh, of course the bases are loaded. Shots are 6-2 here in favor of Philadelphia. Yeah, the shots are not ideal for Pittsburgh. They need to get some shots on Vladar. Face-off here in the Pittsburgh end. Kindle versus Cates is won back by the Flyers. Sealer fires it on Skinner. It goes wide. Cates battling for it down low in the corner. It'll slide back to center. Soderblom with speed. Now battling for it down low with Ristolainen. In the corner now. Cates back in the corner for Kindle. Right side, Soderblom up top. Letang. Right side then for Mantha. Mantha will fire it down low into the corner. Kindle gets it back for Pittsburgh. Ben Kindle up top. Mantha, a shot. That one's blocked in front. Girard gets it back for the Penguins. Sam Girard up top. Kindle, a shot. That one's blocked as well. Michkov takes it back, and he will clear it back to center and into the Pittsburgh zone for an icing. That group of Flyers will have to stay on. They definitely look a little bit exhausted out there. That's exactly what you want to do for Pittsburgh. Run this group of Flyers down. Don't give them any time to get rest. They're young and fast. You got to wear them down from that end. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia end. It's Cates versus Achari. They're going to blow the first one dead here. Face-off then is a tie-up here in the Philadelphia zone. And my screen freezes again. Never mind. Penguins take it back. Shot on by Girard. And I have no idea if it even went on because my screen froze again. Awesome. All right. I'm going to need to redo my Wi-Fi real quick. It's clearly my Wi-Fi that is giving me problems here. Sorry about that, guys. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. Hopefully I don't miss anything. Got to refresh my Wi-Fi. It's clearly giving me problems. Sometimes my TV will do this, where it gives me a problem with the Wi-Fi and makes me switch my Wi-Fi. So let me do that here really quick. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, going back into ESPN here. All right, my apologies, guys. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. It doesn't look like I did. Knowing my luck, I'd missed the opening goal or something. All right, loading back into ESPN here. Just give me a moment, guys. Just one moment. Frustrating, but nothing I can do about the lagginess. Kind of just got to fix it as I go. All right, let's hope that fixed things. 16:05. Looks like there was a whistle on the ice. Loading back into my game here. If it'll let me. And we're back. All right. Hopefully that fixes the internet problem and the laggy problem. Shots are 8-2 in favor of the Flyers. Looks like I missed a little bit there. 16:05 left to go here in the second period. It is a scoreless hockey game. The Flyers have put the pressure on Stuart Skinner. All they need to do now is actually capitalize on those chances. Face-off here now in the Pittsburgh zone. Crosby versus Dvorak. And they'll blow this play dead here off the draw. Pittsburgh only a total of 19 shots on goal through 4 periods of play. Face-off in the Penguins' end is a tie-up. Dvorak against Crosby. Girard takes it back then for the Penguins. Will clear it back to center. Cam York down low here in the Philadelphia zone. Drysdale battling forward with Girard. Pass in front, broken up. Rust up top to Crosby. Crosby back to Rust. A shot. That one goes just wide. On the right side, Chinnikov stolen back by Martone. Martone Try to get it over to Konechny. He will just take it back and dump it down low into the Penguin zone. Chris Letang will throw this one off the boards and down into the Philadelphia end. Vladar will give it back to Ristolainen. Ristolainen to Martone. Martone ahead then for Barkey. Barkey battling for it on the right side then. Penguins trying to get that puck. Lizotte fighting with Forster on the right side. Whistle blown dead for an offsides at 15-17. And the intensity stays the same. Oh, it's 4-0. Wonderful. 4-0 Cubs. Awesome. Skinner's doing a really good job today. Yeah, he stopped all the shots that have come his way. He's done a good job. Not a ton of shots for either side, really. Skinner rhymes with Spinner. Huh. Face-off coming up here now at center with 15-17 to go. They're going to kick Zegras out of the circle. Coming in then now is Tippett. Face-off at center then is a tie-up. It's one back into the Pittsburgh zone. Here's Parker Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon behind the Penguins net will bank this one off. Lizotte trying to get it to center. Forster battling with Lizotte. Chipped off the boards then. Erik Karlsson will dump it down low into the Philadelphia end. Juleson up top then for Tippett. Forster cross-ice pass then to Juleson. Juleson will come back and regroup in his own end. Thrown back to center. Penguins battling for on the right side. Flyers get it back at center. Forster will dump it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Wotherspoon off the boards then for Karlsson. Erik Karlsson now will clear it back to center. Cam York gets it to center now. Here come the Pens the other way. Hathaway back over to Couturier. Whistle blown dead. And we have a too many men penalty coming up here against the Flyers. Oh, man. Another massive opportunity for the Penguins here on the power play. Their fourth power play of the night. And it's a too many men call against the Flyers. This is a massive chance here for Pittsburgh. They have been really lagging all game. They have not been able to really get anything to go their way. They only have 2 shots. They haven't scored in over a period of play. They need to get shots on here. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. It's appreciated as always. We have crossed over the 1,000 view mark here on this commentary. Thank you all so much for that. Nothing more Skinner can do if Pittsburgh only has 2 shots. And all these power plays, yep. Well, we'll see what they can get on this one. What's up, Richards? How we doing? It's a Flyers power play. Wait a second. I read it wrong. It's a Flyers power play. I thought it was a Pittsburgh power play. No, it's a Flyers power play. My apologies, guys. Here's Drysdale at top, then Martone. I didn't even realize that. Martone to Forster. First power play of the game for Philadelphia. Martone, top of the circle, fires it, glove by Skinner. I didn't even realize that. I apologize, guys. That is my fault. My apologies. I thought because Philadelphia had the puck. They had the puck in the, as they were moving it through center. I thought it was a power play for Pittsburgh, but it's a power play for the Flyers. It's a tie-up here at center ice. Battling for it on the right side then is Cates alongside Karlsson. Lizotte fighting with Martone. Porter Martone down low in the corner fighting with Forster. Cates behind the net. On the right side to Zegras. Zegras up top then. What a keeping by Drysdale. Here's Forster. Down low for Martone. A shot saved by Skinner on the line. Battling for it then Wotherspoon. Philadelphia trying to get control. Pittsburgh will take it and clear back to center. Not all the way though. Drysdale here in his own end. Cross-ice pass. Martone to Zegras. Broken up by the Penguins. They will dump it down here into the Philadelphia zone. Halfway through the Flyers power play. Drysdale carries it through center. Drysdale back over to Tippett. Tippett to Drysdale. Drysdale down low in the corner. Drysdale fighting here with Letang. Trying to get that one loose behind the net. He'll throw it to the right side. Then Russ battling forward with Connect. There's a helmet on the ice. Pittsburgh will steal that puck and clear back to center. Here's Dvorak. Back over to Michkov. Michkov looking for an open lane now. Will deke around Rust. He's got some room. Michkov behind the net. Michkov still has the puck. Throws it up top then for Tippett. He can't keep it in the zone. It'll slide back into the Philadelphia end. Shots are 9-3 in favor of the Flyers here about midway through this second period. Power play is going to wind down for Philadelphia. Will come to a close. The penalty kill stays 100% tonight for both sides. Konechny will come back and regroup in his own zone. Flyers only scored 2 power play goals against the Penguins all season. That includes the regular season contests. Hathaway back down low for York. York over to Sanheim. Chipped all the way back to center. Getting it back is Glendening. And intercepted then by the Flyers. Sanheim back to Hathaway. Broken up by the Penguins. Here's Crosby. Knocked off the puck there by York. Crosby the Malkin shot. Save by Vladar. And that might be the best chance of the game so far for Pittsburgh. And the physicality continues yet again. Still scoreless here in period number 2. 11:57 to go in the second period. Still searching for our first goal of this one here. We are scoreless. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. We are trying to get to 5,900 subscribers now. Thank you all for your support today. It is very much so appreciated. We got 128 people here in this commentary. Good to see everybody here tuning in. Don't forget, later on tonight, Oilers and Ducks. Round 1, Game 1. The only series that has yet to start. And we'll be live for it here. A little update on Carolina and Ottawa. That is a 1-0 lead for Carolina after 20 minutes of play. Still miss the old Norris division. You feel bad for the Ducks tonight? Aw, man. Yeah, Draisaitl does return tonight for the Oilers, so they'll get Draisaitl back in the lineup. That's a plus. Shots are 9-4 in favor of the Flyers. All right. Very uneventful game so far. Only 13 shots total. 9 of them going for the Flyers. It's been a lot more boring of a series than I thought it would be. All right, back here in Pittsburgh for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Again, we talked about it in the pregame. And throughout the opening period, I really thought that, Pittsburgh has to win this game. This feels like, in a way, a must-win game for the Penguins in the sense that if they don't win and they have to go back to Philadelphia down 2-0, that's a very unideal situation they find themselves in. What's up, Crimson? Vegas sucks. Welcome back. Face-off coming here now in the Philadelphia zone. 11:57 to go in this second period. Glendening versus Crosby. This series has been tied 81% of the playing time. That is nuts. Face-off in the Philadelphia zone is a tie-up on the right side. Wrist line battling for them with Crosby. Crosby down low, shoots it, and it's saved by Vladar. The rebound's there in front, and the whistle's blown dead because the net comes off its hinges. That was a pretty good chance there for Crosby. If the Pens lose, the Flyers will sweep. I'm not going to say that. I never jinx a sweep. Also, I never choose for it to be a sweep. I will never do that. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia end. Shots are now 9-5. Pittsburgh picking up some shots on goal here. Face-off is one back into the Philadelphia zone. Furthermore, Ristolainen trying to clear. Pens will keep it in. Down low, Ristolainen. Puck is blocked there by a Brian Rust. It goes up in the air and out of play. Seems boring, like I said, but both teams are playing it safe. Yup, that's typically what you see in a game with this much importance. Especially for one side. For sure. Especially for one side, definitely. Oh no, my game's lagging again. What is happening today? Had no problems yesterday with my Wi-Fi. Face-off here, one back by the Flyers. On the right side, Crosby battling forward with Clifton. Hathaway on the right side, kept in by Ryan Shea. Shea down low to Rust. Rust battling forward with Ristolainen. Couturier now down low in the corner. Shots 9-5 in favor of Philadelphia. 11:20 to go in this second period. Couturier. Thrown back up top. Then Pittsburgh had with the offensive zone control. Shot from Soderblom into the chest of Dan Vladar. So the Penguins starting to rack up some shots. They only had 18 shots in game one. And I said if they wanted to win the games, you need to fire the puck more. Even if it's from the unideal angles, get those rebounds. Although Vladar doesn't tend to give up a lot of rebounds, I'll say that. Big size, Dan Vladar does not give up that many rebounds. But you got to try something. Face off here in the Philadelphia zone. It'll be Dewar here against Dvorak. Face off one back by the Flyers. Drysdale off the boards to Martone. Captain by Novak. A shot. That one is denied there by Vladar. Battling forward in the corner. Then on the right side, Raquel. Throws it up top. Gerard. Cross ice pass. Letang to Malkin. Gerard at the point. Fires it. Blocked in wide. Pens are kind of hemming the Flyers here a little bit. Dvorak on the right side up top. Then Gerard. Cross ice pass to Letang. Gerard at the point. Forced back to center. And he will have to regroup. Good news there for the Flyers. Here's Novak. Tommy Novak in the Pittsburgh end will now move it through center. Halfway through the period in the game, Novak gets around the D. And Drysdale steals it back to center. Gerard. Back to Novak. Novak pass is blocked. Gerard will have to regroup in his own end. Down low here now, Achari. Intercepted by Drysdale. Drysdale regrouping it with it now on the right side. Drysdale cross ice pass to center, broken up by the Penguins. Here with speed is Dewar. Dewar's got Lazat, fires it on. That one goes wide. Trevor Zegras now chips it off the boards to Forster. Forster carries it into the zone. Forster battling for it now with Wotherspoon down low in the corner. Pittsburgh now battling for it down low as well. Tippett fighting with Carlson. Taken back then by Dewar here, who will move it through center for the Penguins. Dewar fires it, and it goes wide of Vladar. Sealer will bank it back to center. Puck will slide into the Pittsburgh zone. Icing against the Flyers. I don't know, guys. It's been a lot of Pittsburgh here so far in this second period. Thank you all for tuning in. 71 likes here on this commentary. Look at that, 71 likes, and we're just a little bit over halfway through. Thank you all so much for hitting that like button. Be sure to subscribe down below as well. We just hit 5,800 today. I appreciate it, guys. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia zone. Shots are 9-6 in favor of the Flyers. Uneventful game so far. We are still scoreless. Crosby now versus Zegras. The face-off is won back by the Flyers. Cleared back around behind the net, then Pittsburgh keeps it in. Carlson fires it down low to the corner. Tippett fighting on the right side, then huge hit there by Crosby in the corner. Chinnikov trying to get it back here for the Penguins. Now Juleson fighting with Rust. Zegras is there as well. Trevor Zegras down low in the corner. Penguins keep it in. Carlson at the point. Carlson to Chinnikov, a shot. That one's deflected out. Here's Zegras trying to get around Chinnikov. He'll knock him off that puck, and the Penguins will regroup. Chinnikov now back to Shea. Ryan Shea will get around Michkov. Pass was nearly blocked there by Cates. Crosby will dump it down low. Ristolainen takes it back then for the Flyers. On the right side to Travis Sanheim. Sanheim will throw a pass then to Barkey. Intercept to the line. Barkey comes into the zone. He's got some room. Barkey behind the net. Backhands it down low around Kindle. Will take it back for Pittsburgh. Kindle to Mantha. Intercepted then by Sanheim. Sanheim off the boards to Michkov. Broken up by the Penguins. Here's Letang on the right side. Fires it. And that one's denied by Vladar. Ristolainen cleared off the boards to center. Cates down the right side with speed. Battling for it here down low in the corner. Kendall. Cross ice pass to Letang. Letang's got some room. He'll come into the zone. Fires it on. It's blocked. Thank you, Douglas. Here's Kendall, a shot. And that one goes wide there of Vladar. Michkov tries to clear. Kendall keeps it in for the Pens. Mantha up top. Shoots it. Saved by Vladar. Rebounds in front. They jab with that puck. It's in the crease, and Vladar had it the entire time. .747 left to go. The pandemonium continues. We are still scoreless through a period and a half of play. And this should be an interesting finish. Flyers shooting better than the Penguins. Go Flyers. Like to see that. More shots on goal. Yep, that's true. It's been a well-played game so far from both sides. Pittsburgh definitely, I think they've had more of the pressure these last few minutes, but the Flyers have more opportunities. The Penguins aren't getting shots on. The Flyers have blocked 12 shots tonight so far. And they are out-hitting Pittsburgh 38-22. Sens and Canes is still a 1-0 lead for Carolina after 20 minutes of play. Second period getting ready to start from that game here in a moment. Oh my goodness, my ESPN is lagging like crazy today, dude. What is going on? Let me change the Wi-Fi again. Might miss a couple seconds here, guys. I apologize. I don't know what's going on with my ESPN today. Or my TV. Maybe I'll just shut it off and restart it. Not sure what's happening today. Not cooperating with me for some reason. Seems like these teams hate each other out due to familiarity. Definitely. And now my TV won't even turn on. What the hell? There we go. All right. No way any of these teams beat Carolina in the East. Yeah, at least in the Metro. Neither of these teams will beat the Hurricanes. For sure. I totally agree with that. All right, I'm loading into ESPN, guys. Just give me 1 second. Definitely having a bit of a slow loading here on my end. I don't know if ESPN is a little bit laggy or something, but I don't know if it's me, but giving me a hard time today, that's for sure. All right. Start my clock because I know I'm coming into it probably a little bit behind. They're going to OT 0-0. God, that'd be insane. All right, battling for it down low here in the Pittsburgh end. Flyers get it up top. Drysdale down the right side will carry it below the line. Pass in front. Nobody is there. Glendening back over to York. Cam York behind the net to Couturier. Couturier behind Skinner. Sean Couturier battling for that puck. Will throw it up top then to Drysdale. Drysdale up top. Fires it down low. Couturier fighting on the right side with Konechny. Travis Konechny throws it up to the point. Nobody is there. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, maybe it's just ESPN. I'm not sure. I didn't have these issues yesterday. Here's Dvorak. Down low in the corner. Dvorak behind the net. Pass to Konechny in front. Shot save. Rebound. They score! It's Porter Martone again! Flyers lead 1-0. Porter Martone picks up the rebound. Get a load of this kid. And the Flyers take the 1-0 lead. 6:21 left to go here. Porter Martone is a goal per game in the playoffs. Oh my goodness. Porter Martone with the backhand on the right side, assisted by Travis Konechny and Christian Dvorak. And what do you know? And what do you know? Porter Martone becomes the second player in franchise history with a goal in each of his 2 career playoff games. And the Flyers with a massive goal makes it 1-0. The Flyers have won 9 games in a row when scoring first. This is absolutely huge. Sanheim dumps it into the zone now. Behind the net, Pittsburgh gets it back, and now it's up to the Penguins to respond. Pittsburgh will get into the zone, stolen back to by the Flyers. Here's Barkey on the right side to Tippett. Tippett down low below the line. Pass in front. It was in the crease there for Skinner. It's stolen back by the Penguins. Here's Crosby through center now for the Penguins. Crosby drops it back to Carlson, a shot, and that one goes wide. Puck will go all the way back to center. Penguins will regroup here in their own end. Mantha back to Wotherspoon, broken up then by Tippett. Tippett will gain the line and dump it down low into the Pittsburgh end. Shots are 10-8 in favor of Philadelphia. 5.5 minutes to go in period number 2, and what do you know? The Flyers have taken the 1-0 lead, scoring for the first time for the second time in this series. Soderblom, a shot there denied by Vladar. On the right side, Kindle. Up top to Girard. Cross-ice pass to Letang. Letang down low then for Mantha. Anthony Mantha behind the Pittsburgh net. Mantha takes it up to the top of the circle. Backhand on there is blocked. Here's Sam Girard at the point. Cross-ice pass to Letang. Letang now will regroup around. Down low in the zone. Soderblom puts a backhand around Vladar. Kendall. Cross-ice pass to Girard. Broken up by the Flyers. Off the boards. Forrester back to Michkov. Michkov fires it. Saved by Skinner as he catches that one in the chest. 4:36 left to go here in period number 2. Porter Martone again. He made it 3-1 in the opening game of this series. And now the young kid stays hot. 1-0 Philadelphia. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. Brings more people into the commentary as well. What an unbelievable game from Porter Martone. He keeps it coming. Of course, it's 5-0 Cubs. Phillies are losing yet again, but who cares? The Flyers are winning. As a Flyers fan right now, I like their forwards, the defense that at times me and the young guys learning to play the whole 60 minutes when they're on the ice. Yep, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. This is why the Oilers traded Stuart Skinner. You're not wrong on that end. I have no idea what's going on here with my TV. My Wi-Fi just not cooperating with me today. It's still laggy. Just got to get to the end of this period and I'll try and do some stuff to fix it. So goals from Travis Konechny and Christian, or goals from Porter Martone assisted by Konechny and Dvorak. All of those players, their second points here in the playoffs this year. And the Flyers open up the game yet again with a 1-0 lead. That is absolutely huge. The Flyers have won 9 games in a row when they score the first goal. That is not something to scoff at. The young kid, Porter Martone, shots are 12-10 in favor of the Flyers with 4:36 to go. Face-off coming up here now in the Pittsburgh end. Won by the Flyers, shot on Skinner goes wide. They'll regroup now in their own zone. Sealer off the boards then for Dewar, who fires it wide. I just had a brain fart there for a second. Couturier battling for it on the right side. Dewar and Novak, I get mixed up because they're number 18 and 19. Whistle blown dead here as there was a Penguin on the ground. I think we might be getting a penalty here. Dewar slow to his feet as he was knocked down to the ice. And Pittsburgh is going to get their 4th power play of the game. Luke Glendening goes to the box for interference on Connor Dewar. And Pittsburgh will get their 2nd power play of the game. The Penguins so far in this series are 0 for 5 on the power play. You got to think something has to give here at some point. Will it be here? Face off in the Philadelphia zone. It'll be Couturier taking the draw against Crosby. The face-off is won back by Pittsburgh. Malkin, a shot goes wide. And the whistle's blown dead anyway, so it doesn't count as a shot. It was blown dead due to a face-off, or actually went out of play. Oh my goodness, my game is so laggy, guys. I apologize. Trying to get through it to the end of the period, and then I'll try and switch some things up here. But, oh man, it is laggy as heck. Thank you all for tuning in, though. We have 150 people in here regardless of that. Regardless of my struggles here trying to load this game up. Malkin on the right side as the power play ensues. Evgeny Malkin, cross-ice pass then to Carlson. Flyers will clear the other way. It's Couturier all alone in the zone. Couturier will regroup with it now. Shot from Cates goes in on Skinner. He'll make the save. Penguins get it back at center. Rust, cross-ice pass then to Malkin. Broken up by the Flyers. They will get it back into the Pittsburgh zone. 3 minutes to go here in the second. Halfway through the Penguins power play. Raquel back to Novak. Novak will dump it here into the Penguin zone. Mantha up top to Letang. Letang at the point, back over to Rust. Rust a shot, blocked in front. Up top, Letang a drive, save. Rebounds there and cleared away by the Flyers. Puck will slide all the way back in on Stuart Skinner. And my game freezes again, bro. What are we doing? Letang now will carry it through center. With 2:38 to go. And I can't even tell you guys because it's I need to change my Wi-Fi again, apparently. I don't know what the heck's happening here. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Got 150 people in here. My Wi-Fi decides to not cooperate with me today. Really frustrating, but just trying to get to the end of the period. Honestly, that was what I was trying to do. Oh my goodness. We missed the goal. Flyers make it 2-0. Shorthanded goal from Garnet Hathaway. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Flyers. Oh man, we missed the goal because my Wi-Fi's bugging. Oh, that makes me mad. Dang it, dude. Garnet Hathaway makes it 2-0 Philadelphia. I apologize, guys. This is all on me. Have I ever watched the PWHL? I've watched a couple PWHL games. I don't get to watch it that much during the regular season for the NHL. Garnet Hathaway, shorthanded goal from Owen Tippett makes it a 2-0 lead for Philadelphia. Just got to stick it out to the end of this period. 2:04 left to go. Well, look at that. My boss told me this morning, I was talking to one of my boss at my actual job. He said to me that he thought Garnet Hathaway would break through and get a goal. And that he does. All right, saved by Vladar in a minute 48. Garnet Hathaway, a shorthanded goal. Makes it a 2-0 lead. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia zone at a minute 48. Face-off won back by the Flyers. Drysdale battling for it down low with Raquel. Crosby a shot saved there by Vladar. Philadelphia will take it back the other way. Tip it with speed. Back over to Dvorak, who will dump it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Crosby here through center for the Flyers. Back down low, broken up by Ristolainen. Approaching the final minute of play there in this second period. Here come the Flyers. Michkov, a shot goes wide of Skinner. Gerard on the right side. Penguins will clear it back to center. Tyson Forster will dump it down low here into the Pittsburgh end. Gerard battling for it now on the right side. Down low in the corner. Penguins will move it through center. Gerard gains the line here in the final minute. Broken up. Down low now, Ristolainen. Back to Sanheim. Chipped off the boards and all the way back down into the Pittsburgh zone. They'll regroup. Porter Martone and Garnet Hathaway as we wind down the final minute of play here in this second period. Flyers will get it back to center. Lizotte back off the boards, then down low. Pittsburgh regrouping in their own end now. Here's Lizotte down the right side. It's broken up. Up top now, Ryan Shea. Shea fires it and it goes up and out of play. Let's go Flyers. Love to hear that. Thank you all for tuning in. Sorry for the errors on my end with the Wi-Fi lagging. Be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. We'll be live later on tonight for Oilers and Ducks. Hopefully the Wi-Fi cooperates with me then. 20 seconds to go here in this second period. We'll see if we can last to the end. Ottawa and Carolina is still a 1-0 lead for the Hurricanes. Face off in the Philadelphia zone. It'll be Couturier versus Dewar. Face-off won back by Pittsburgh. Letang battling for it down low then with Sanheim. And a whistle blown dead at 14.3. As down on the ground is Travis Konechny. Hopefully he's okay. Yes, sir, David. Go Penguins. Ducks used to be owned by Disney. They did. They used to be owned by Disney, yup. Travis Konechny slow to come to the bench. It looks like he has a little bit of an injury there. He took a stick to the face from Evgeny Malkin. Or maybe that was Risto's stick, actually. Ooh, that hit his eye. Ooh. That's not a good play. Hopefully Konechny's okay. Flyers are going to get a power play out of this. Looks like it'll be a 2-minute power play here for the Flyers. Evgeny Malkin will go to the box. This is a good chance. Yeah, it looks like this might be rescinded, actually. They reviewed it. They're going to review this. It looks like it's Rista who gets him there in the face instead of Malkin. So I think it's going to be a... yeah, that's Rista line and stick that gets Konechny in the face. This is coming back. This should come back. Got 170 people here in this stream. Thank you all for tuning in. 82 likes. We're just 18 likes away from 100. Thank you all so much for that. I really appreciate it. It's been a fun stream tonight. Reminds me of the high stick from the Tampa Habs game. Yeah, to a degree. .3 seconds left. Friendly fire, yep. At least that's the way I see it. At least that's the way I look at this. Why did they zoom in on the tank, bro? Ooh, they are calling him for a high stick. So it's not a double minor, but it is still a 2-minute penalty. It'll be a 2-minute power play for the Flyers. This power play will carry over into the third period. And that'll be what we talk about here for a little bit. That was a bit controversial. Down 2 goals, not an ideal situation here. The Flyers will get a chance to go on the power play. Here up 2-0. Face-off coming up here now in the Pittsburgh zone. Yeah, that's a controversial call. I don't know about that. It was close for sure. Couturier will open up the power play. The face-off is won back by the Flyers. Drysdale back to Martone. Martone will fire it, and that one goes wide. Final seconds tick down. Drysdale keeps it in the zone. Here's Couturier. Fires it again into the chest of Skinner with 1 second to go. So the Flyers will get about 1:46 of power play time. I don't agree with that. I don't really agree with that either. It was really close. It was really close. Was it a bad call? It was on the edge. I think he got him a little bit. Was it enough for a 2-minute penalty, though? I'm not sure. It was interesting. But sometimes those things go away for your team. Sometimes they don't go away for your team. It happens. Face out in the Pittsburgh zone. Martone shot off the draw. And that will do it for period number 2. The Flyers scored 2 goals in that middle frame. Porter Martone and Garnet Hathaway make it a 2-0 lead for Philadelphia after 40 minutes of play. And they have a massive chance here if they can hold off these Penguins in this second period. They can go back to Pittsburgh with a 2-0 lead. We will see. Or go back to Philadelphia, sorry. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 3 momentarily. This is the countdown till the 3rd. All right, so let me, again, I know you guys have been saying you forgive me, but I do apologize for the Wi-Fi problems. That is all on me. Gonna check my Wi-Fi, run a test, see which one's better. I do apologize for that, guys. That was my fault. And of course, it was around the time where the stream was starting to heat up a little bit and more people were in the commentary, but it is what it is. Can only play the hand you're dealt. All right, retesting it really quick here. It looks like my internet's good. Might be ESPN. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. Nobody's using anything in my house, so it can't be that. Oh well. This is what it is. At least I know it's not me. Kind of. All right, 2-0 lead for Philadelphia after 40 minutes of play. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. As always, subscribe down below if you're new. We've gained about 20 subs here in this stream. That is very much so appreciated. I am going to go use the bathroom here super quick, guys. I will be right back in just a moment. Stick around, guys. Third period coming up in about 15 minutes. Ooh. Solid game so far. Nothing special, but solid game. Good game. Oh, good game. Good game. Happy with it. All right, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Marty McFlyer with a goal. Malkin needs to be careful. Looked like he almost hit the ref with his stick, leaving the ice. Might have been the camera angle. Got to move my jersey, still behind my head. Move him over a little bit. Like this. Over here, is that better? Is that better? Looks a little better on that end. All right. So 2-0 Carolina in period number 2. The goals scored in that game, it's 2-1 actually. Never mind, 2-1. The Senators have scored a goal. Logan Stankoven, Sebastian Aho, and now Drake Batherson. 2-1 hockey game there for Carolina. All right. Making a Porter Martone goal clip. Take a 2-game lead back to Philly would be huge. Yep. 1 goal in 5 periods. Yikes. Yeah, not a great series for the Sens, but I think we knew that was expected. We knew the Canes would beat them. They didn't really match up that well against them either, in my opinion. Man, Porter Martone, have yourself a series. Kid's been absolutely hot. Borak behind the net. Pass to Konechny in front. Shots. They rebound. They score. It's Porter Martone again. Flyers lead 1-0. Porter Martone picks up the rebound. Get a load of this kid. And the Flyers take the 1-0 lead. All right, my game is still laggy. It is still laggy, guys. Try and fix it a different way here. Let's unplug the TV. Let's unplug the TV, see if that works. Two 2-1 Carolina, yep. Canes playing solid so far. Good game from them. All right. TV's rebooting right now, so hopefully that will fix the lagginess. This is what it is. Just got to get through it. I mean, like, what can I do? All right. So let me see if there's something else I can do. Is there like an update that I need to do on my TV or something? That's even possible. All right. Sometimes unplugging the Wi-Fi. Well, if I unplug the Wi-Fi, that'll turn off the stream. The stream's running fine. I don't know what it is. Am I on the app or live TV? I'm on the app. I only have the app. If it keeps lagging like this, maybe I'll bring over my PlayStation and try that out. Call the internet provider, have them test the bump line. I don't know. I didn't have any problems last night. It might just be ESPN. Must have got tired of the little bottles of water. Yeah, so we're trying this. I have water bottles over here. Xfinity Internet has been in and out. Yeah, I have Xfinity Internet, so maybe that's coming over to me and causing me problems. All right. Solar flares. All right, I'm gonna try something here because it's still lagging. So I wonder if it's my TV. I'm gonna try something here. Now bear with me for a second. Maybe it's my TV. We're going to try plugging in my PS4 and using ESPN on there. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I don't want to have to operate where I need to change the Wi-Fi every 5 seconds. So, might as well try something here. Might as well try something here. So just give me a moment, guys. Oh, it's over here. All right. Plug in the PS5. Turn on the PS5. All right, who wants to watch me play some games? Input. All right. So let's try this. Maybe it'll work better on my PS5. Sometimes that's how it works. I don't know. What's been my favorite playoff game so far? That's a good question. That's a really good question. I really enjoyed trying to think. I really enjoyed Minnesota versus Dallas, to be honest with you. That was a really fun series. I enjoyed the hell out of that. That was a great series to watch. There were a couple of good series. All right. Did I upload the Porter Martone clip? I did not. All right, let me do that really quick. Continue. Recreate the game on NHL 26. It's a great idea. Oh my god, it's so much more clearer on this TV. I always forget that. It's so much more clear on this TV than it is my other one. Oh, of course it's got to update. All right. Should be able to get to it. ESPN had issues with the football season all the time. I believe that. I totally believe that. All right. Okay, might have to log into my ESPN because I don't know if I changed my ESPN login since I last used this probably. Okay, maybe I thought it'd be easier, but I can't even load into this yet. All right. And this is giving me problems too. Didn't UFC just dump ESPN for Paramount? I believe so, yeah. MLB dumped them too. Well, they have the MLB TV agreement, but Sunday Night Baseball dumped them. All right. Figured I'd have to get access real quick. So let me do this. All right, perfect. Load that up. We should be going to start the third period. Coming up in just a couple moments, guys. Couple minutes. My clock might be a little bit ahead. Slightly. All right. All right, 6-digit code to my email. Sorry, guys, trying to figure this out. 371348. All right, my device is activated. Perfect. And just in time, I'm pretty sure, for period number 3. Yes, all ready, everyone. Let's see if this works. Let's get ready for the start of period number 3 here between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Porter Martone and Garnet Hathaway, making it a 2-0 lead for the Flyers after 40 minutes of play. Taking a look at your starting lineup here, or your stats through 40 between these two teams. Shots are 17-14 in favor of Philadelphia. Face-offs are 53% in favor of the Flyers. Power plays, Philadelphia 0 for 1, Pittsburgh 0 for 4. Hits are 37-23, and block shots are 15-7 in favor of Philadelphia as well. Seems like it's rolling so far, so good. Flyers will start this off with a power play. Period number 3 between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we are underway. Face-off is won back then by the Flyers. It's Jamie Drysdale in his own zone. Pass up top then for Trevor Zegras. Trevor Zegras here will dump it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Battling for now on the right side. Noah Cates will fight with Carlson. Down low, it's stolen back then by the Penguins, who will clear it down the other way. Dan Vladar will get it back then down low for Drysdale. Drysdale drops it back then for Zegras. You guys can hear me, right? Robert, I would just try refreshing. Zegras up top to Martone. Martone to Forster. Forster up top to Drysdale. Drysdale back over to Forster. At the point, Jamie Drysdale. Back down low to Forster. Forster will on to Martone. Forster, Martone, pass over. Zegras in front, and they could not get it on Skinner. Here's Martone. Down low in the corner, battling for it then with Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon will get it back then for Pittsburgh, and they will clear it down into the Philadelphia end. Dan Vladar now regroups. He'll give it back to Rasmus Ristolainen. Ristolainen back to Tippett. Tippett cross-ice pass to Dvorak, who will backhand it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. 30 seconds to go on the Philadelphia power play. Michkov tied up down low, back over then for Dewar behind the net. Tippett off the boards to the Dvorak. Dvorak back to Tippett, battling for it down low then Shea. On the right side, Lizotte will clear it all the way back down into the Philadelphia zone. That will pretty much do it here for the Flyers power play. Dvorak into the zone, cross-ice pass to Couturier. Back to even strength here now. Here's Konechny. Travis Konechny now behind the net up top then. Sanheim dumps it down low to Couturier. Couturier to Konechny in front, and Dvorak, a shot saved by Skinner, and he will get the cover. Great chance for Dvorak, but he is robbed by Skinner. Thank you, Daniel. Update here in Hurricanes versus Senators. Dylan Cousins ties the game at 2. That game is tied 2-2 late in the second period of that one. For those who are just joining us now, welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Face off here in the Pittsburgh zone, won by the Flyers. We are back to 5-on-5. Here's Glendening. Off the boards then, down low for Couturier. Couturier battling forward with Ryan Shea. Fourth line out here for Philadelphia. Garnet Hathaway on the ice, who got a goal in the second period. Clifton holds it down low in the Pittsburgh end. Clifton back over to Raquel. Raquel will dump it down low here into the Philadelphia zone. Barkey battling forward with Crosby. Raquel to Crosby. Crosby up top. Gerard to Letang, a shot. And that one goes wide of Vladar. In the corner now, Sidney Crosby. Up top, shot on goes wide by Raquel. Pittsburgh will dump it down low in the corner. Here's Raquel. Back to Crosby. In front. Rust a shot with a block. Rebounds there in front for Gerard. A chance. Denied by Vladar. Raquel back to Letang. Down low now in the corner. It's stolen back by Sanheim, who will backhand it to center. Can the Wild beat Dallas today? I think Dallas bounces back. Puck slides in on Dan Vladar. He will make the save and cover up. Dan Vladar been the biggest factor in this game so far and in this series for Philadelphia. He's made the saves he's had to and has played awesome here so far. Shots in this one are 18-15 in favor of the Flyers. So there you go. Face-off now in the Philadelphia end. It is a tie-up, one back by the Penguins. Letang to Gerard, a shot. That one's blocked from rebounds. There, denied by Vladar. Porter Martone. Back down low then. Here's Malkin. Broken up then by Dvorak. Dvorak will clear it off the boards and all the way back down into the Pittsburgh zone. That will be another icing. I will say this. Game one really felt like there was a lot of physicality and the two teams were really getting into it. Yes, there's been a ton of penalties tonight. But in terms of the physicality and the overall just like fighting after the whistles, there hasn't been a ton of that. It feels like it's been a much more tame game here in terms of the after the whistle fights. We are just 5 likes away from 100 here on this stream. That's awesome. Dan Vladar, 15 saves tonight. 34 starts in the regular season with allowing 2 goals or fewer. Face-off won by Pittsburgh. Shot on, saved by Vladar once again. Dvorak, right side to center. Pittsburgh will regroup here in their own end. Sam Girard, back over then for Malkin. Malkin ahead to center. Here's Chinnikov with a breakaway. He loses the puck. Oh, great play by Cam York to just barely knock it off him. Chinnikov in front. Saved by Vladar. He has it in his crease. And he will cover up. He had no idea where that puck was. Pittsburgh putting on the pressure. 4 minutes into this third period. The Flyers are holding it down ever so slightly. 2-0 lead here for the Flyers. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. Don't forget, later on tonight, Oilers and Ducks at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Face-off here in the Pittsburgh zone. It's going to be Raquel, who will take the draw. It's won back then by the Flyers. Couturier battling for it now on the right side. Mantha battling for it as well. Up top, Carlson shoots it. It's blocked by Vladar, who will dump it down low to the corner. Kindle fighting for it here with the Couturier. Weatherspoon back down low to Kindle. Couturier back over to Glendening. Up top, then cross-ice pass to Carlson. He'll fire it on. Saved by Vladar over the pad. Below the line, Soderblom back to Kindle. Stolen back by the Flyers. Sanheim up top to Carlson. Carlson to Kindle. Kindle up top will backhand this one to center. Ben Kindle. Over ahead then for Soderblom. Up top to Mantha. Back down low. What a poke check by the Flyers. And they will clear it to center. Kindle, here in his own end, will dump it into the Philadelphia zone. Sealer in the corner. Battling for it with Mantha. Kindle will clear it back to center. Parker Weatherspoon now will regroup with this puck. Here's Skinner behind his own net. Will play it down low. Here's Rickard Raquel with speed. Raquel's got some room. Back to Crosby. A shot saved by Vladar. Dan Vladar stopping everything that comes his way. Crosby behind the net for Pittsburgh. Sidney Crosby down low. Trying to feed a pass in front. He's knocked off the puck. Raquel versus Cates. Up top to Letang. Intercepted by the Flyers. Huge hit there by Tibbetts. Shot on saved by Vladar. Getting it back is the Flyers. On the right side, Forster will backhand it down the other way. It'll be an icing. Shots are 20-18. They're getting into it with Crosby. Penguins fans trying to rejuvenate their team here. The Penguins have gotten the chances, but Dan Vladar is stopping everything that comes his way. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia zone. 14:21 left to go in the third. Flyers lead 2-0. Face-off won by Philadelphia. Rust down low, fires it on. That one goes wide. Dvorak will poke check it around the right side. Shea versus Crosby. Back over then to York. York will clear it to center. It'll slide down low into the Pittsburgh zone. Another icing against Philadelphia yet again. Porter Martone tattoo on my chest. You guys got Hagens. You're all good. You got James Hagens. We'll be streaming them tomorrow. Bruins and Sabres, and I believe tomorrow's Avalanche and Kings. I think that's tomorrow's streams, if I remember correctly. Let me take a look. Yep, tomorrow is those two teams. Shot on Vladar, save, rebounds in the crease. What a block by Nick Seeler! Are you freaking kidding me? What a block by Seeler! And he holds Pittsburgh scoreless. Sanheim battling forward with Rust. Travis Sanheim off the boards. Konechny will get it to center. Gerard back to Martone. Martone with some room. Fires it. It goes wide of Skinner. Puck will slide back to center. Raquel into the zone. Crosby back to Gerard. Pass is blocked. Flyers get it right back. Porter Martone will get it out of the zone. Whistle blown dead. And a penalty coming up against the Flyers. Konechny getting into it with Crosby. I'm not sure what happened, but we're going to see a Pittsburgh power play. Oh, no. Over 100 likes here on the stream. Thank you all so much. 13:29 left to go. The Penguins will go to the power play after Konechny got into it with Crosby. Flyers lead 2-0. Oh my goodness. This game is absolutely nuts. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Don't forget, we'll be live for Oilers and Ducks at the top of the hour. Once we get to that point, I will end this stream and start a new one. Just so you guys know. I will end this stream and start a new one. Penguins score one here. Colin Gitlow or not. Crosby's such a puss. He's like LeBron or Brady. Think Ducks beat Oilers game 1. That should be fun. Talk about a fun series. That'll be a fun one for sure. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. As always, subscribe down below if you're new. Itchy eye here. Pittsburgh power play coming up here, and it's a massive opportunity for the Penguins to get themselves back in the game. Pittsburgh is 0 for 6 in this series on the power play. Face-off is won back by the Flyers. They will clear it into the Pittsburgh zone. Down low, Erik Karlsson. Karlsson will carry this one ahead. He'll drop it back for Raquel. Raquel into the zone, back to Rust. Rust up top to Karlsson. Karlsson forced back to center. Flyers will take advantage. Couturier with Glendening. Couturier with Glendening. Saved by Skinner. Oh, what a stop. And that quite literally keeps Pittsburgh in the game. Here's Brian Rust into the zone. That was a terrible turnover by Carlson. Lousy. Absolutely lousy. Philadelphia will get it back. They will dump it down the other way. If this game goes to overtime, I will stream this game till it's over. Carlson. Back to Raquel. Raquel to Crosby, who will dump it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Cates chips it off the boards all the way back into the Pittsburgh zone. Chris Letang in his own end. Letang now will drop it back for Kindle. Over to Novak. Tommy Novak into the zone. Back down low, Kindle behind the net. Kindle below the line. Up top, Chinnikov to Letang. Letang to Chinnikov. Chinnikov to Letang. Lines up, fires it, tipped, save by Vladar. And Mantha in front, Kindle fired it wide. Letang back over then to Ristolainen. Ristolainen will try and clear to center. On the right side, Novak back down low, Kindle. Kindle trying to backhand it up top. Ristolainen holds him off the puck. Behind the net, Mantha. Back all the way to center. That will do it for the power play. 0 for 6 on the series. 11:25 to go. They only have one singular shot on the power play out of 5 tonight. 0 for 7. Sorry, 0 for 7. I said 0 for 6. My apologies. 0 for 7. Oh my goodness. Down low in the corner, Cam York. Battling forward with Dewar. Dvorak. Back to Konechny. Up top, Gerard, a shot saved by Vladar. The Penguins are getting the chances on Vladar, but they cannot find a way to beat him. That was a terrible turnover by Erik Karlsson. And Glendening nearly made it a 3-0 game. If Glendening makes it a 3-0 game, it's over. But a massive save by Stuart Skinner coming down the other way keeps this game alive for the Penguins. 11:02. Shots are 10-3 in favor of the Penguins here in this third period. Flyers need to stay out of the box. 100%. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia zone. It'll be Couturier versus Crosby. This game is not done yet, folks. It is not done yet. Face-off is a tie-up. It's won back by the Flyers. Drysdale off the boards to center. It'll go back down the other way. Glendening battling for it with Gerard. And they blow it dead for an icing. Glendening is not happy with that. This fourth line for Philadelphia might be the best line in the entire game. They've been phenomenal tonight. Face-off coming up here now in this Pittsburgh zone. Sean Couturier versus Crosby. Flyers got to be smart here. 10.5 minutes of hockey to go. This game's not over yet. Anything can happen. Drysdale off the boards, try to get it back to center. Hathaway will get it there. Couturier now poke checks it the other way. All the way back into the Pittsburgh zone. Gerard fighting with Couturier. Gerard, pass back to Karlsson. Getting to it then first is Tippett. Will backhand it down low. Here's Couturier. Will carry it into the zone. Intercepted by the Penguins. Karlsson ahead now through center. Dumps it all the way on Vladar, who will make the save and opt to cover. Later on tonight, Anaheim Ducks against the Edmonton Oilers at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It looks like we should be done in time for that one. Thank you all for tuning in. We are at 109 likes. Another live commentary stream with over 100 likes. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 80 subs away from 5,900. Face-off in the Philadelphia zone. Couturier versus Mantha. Face-off won by Philadelphia. Here's Tippett with speed. He gets to the D. Tippett all alone. He's in. Saved by Skinner. Fighter well. Rebound in front. And Barkey a near chance there. And we have a penalty shot. A penalty shot for Owen Tippett. I know I'm screaming really loud. Sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. Owen Tippett got through the D. He was interfered with by Carlson. Penalty shot. A penalty shot here against the Penguins, and it's Owen Tippett. And I'm not going to lie to you, Tippett can put the game away here. There has never been a penalty shot goal scored in a Watch with Nordic stream. Will Tippett be the one? Here he comes down the right side to center and fires it wide. Stuart Skinner with another nifty save there, and Owen Tippett becomes the 5th penalty shot in Watch with Nordic history, and we have never seen anybody score a penalty shot goal in a commentary. He becomes the 6th different player in a live commentary to have one, but we've never seen one scored in a commentary. That's nuts. Tippett will look good in a Bruins jersey. He's got the speed, man. He moved past those D-man. $10:15 to go in the third period, nearly halfway through. Face-off in the Pittsburgh end. Lizotte versus Zegras. Face-off is a tie-up. Flyers win it. Tippett down low in the corner, stolen back by Carlson. Carlson back to Achari. Achari will get it all the way and dump it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Icing against the Pens. Got 181 people in here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We're about to cross over the 3,000 view mark on this commentary. Thank you all so much. Doing better than game one's view count for sure. Face-off here won by the Penguins halfway through the period. Here's Dewar through center. Dewar will dump it into the Philadelphia zone. Sealer off the boards, connecting, battling for on the right side. Dewar in the corner, fighting with Lizotte. Puck is cleared back to center. Carlson, right side. Martone steals it back. He drops it back to nobody. Oh, he didn't know who was with him. Penguins will dump it into the Philadelphia zone. York down low to Drysdale. Jamie Drysdale now will move it through center. Back to Martone. Puck goes up in the air and out of play. Dan Vladar. Have yourself a night. 24 shots, 24 saves. It's a 2-0 lead for the Flyers here in the latter stages of period number 3. Wow. What a game we got going on here, guys. I know you guys are telling me to scream. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Don't forget, Oilers versus Ducks will come right after this one tonight. I will end this stream and start a new one. So be sure to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss when we go live for that one. If this game does end up being overtime, we will stay live for this game. Again, if this game goes to overtime, Pittsburgh comes back, they tie it, we go to overtime, I will stay in this game till it's over. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not saying it. What a game from Sean Couturier. Couturier has been been my favorite guy tonight. He's doing phenomenal on the power. He's doing phenomenal on the PK. He's had a couple of short-handed breakaways, too. Phenomenal. Screen just crashed on my phone. Not on here. It's been a lot better on here, actually. No Wi-Fi problems. All right, back here in Pittsburgh. Dan Vladar has been perfect so far with 9:26 to go. We ask ourselves the question, will he be for the rest of it? Face off at center is one back into the Pittsburgh zone. Ryan Shea will get it for the Penguins. Shea over then for Soderblom. Back down low into the Philadelphia zone. Here's Drysdale. Off the boards then, Konechny. To center. Back over then for Ben Kindle. Kindle back over for Clifton. Connor Clifton will dump it down low into the Philadelphia zone. Forster battling forward in the corner then with Anthony Mantha. Drysdale fighting forward as well. Couturier trying to chip that one off the boards. Here's Cam York. York on the right side now will clear it up top. Tippett tried to get there for Philadelphia, but he was broken up. Now Stuart Skinner will get it away. Here's Soderblom. Drop back then for Sanheim. Sanheim will clear it down low into the Pittsburgh end. Forster battling with Crosby. Here's Crosby back over then to Rust. Brian Rust down low behind the net. Sanheim battling forward with Cates. Raquel up top. Letang shoots it. It's blocked in front. Tippett for Philadelphia will clear it to center. Penguins will regroup here in their own end. Sam Girard back over to Raquel. Raquel over to Letang. Letang fires it. Save rebounds in front. Denied by Vladar. Here's Travis Sanheim carrying it through center now for Philadelphia. Martone will dump it down low. Konechny loses the puck there just slightly. Dvorak tried to get it back. He'll dump it into the Philadelphia zone. Interesting strategy there by Christian Dvorak. Back down here now in the Pittsburgh end. Parker Wotherspoon off the boards to Carlson. Carlson ahead then for Novak. Novak down the right side. Up top then for Carlson. Fires it. Gloved by Vladar. Love to see Vladar score a goalie goal. I doubt that, but it would be interesting. Shots are 27-20. 7:22 remaining here in regulation. Take a look at the other scores. Senators and Hurricanes tied 2-2 in the third period. Face-off coming up here now in the Philadelphia zone. Novak versus Couturier. Down low battling for it then. Drysdale in the corner. Malkin intercepted by the Flyers. Glendening up top. Wotherspoon at the line. Will get it back for the Penguins. Down low in the corner now, Novak. On the right side then to Malkin. Carlson a shot. That one goes wide. Hathaway trying to clear it to center. They will get it there, and a whistle blown dead anyway for an offsides against Pittsburgh. 6:56 to go. Time winding down. Thank you all for tuning in. We have crossed over the 3,000 view mark on this commentary. Thank you all so much. Be sure to subscribe down below if you're new. Face-off coming up here now. It'll be in the neutral zone. The Penguins have outshot the Flyers 13-3. They've made the push. Kindle versus Cates. Face-off won by the Flyers. They will dump it into the Pittsburgh zone. Icing. And I forgot to start my clock. So good thing that they iced it that fast. It's all about running down the clock. But don't stop pressuring. Don't stop the pressure. You got to keep the pressure on. Face-off coming up yet again here in the Philadelphia zone. Cates versus Crosby. Face-off is won back by the Flyers. York to Forster. Forster will try and clear to center. Crosby down low to Rust. Rust battling forward here, down low with Forster, trying to get that one free as Cam York. It's a scramble for it down low in the corner as the time winds down. Up to the point, Carlson pass over. Saved by Vladorov, that even got on. On the right side, Cates battling for it then. Puck down low to the corner to Rust. In front, Drysdale breaks up from Raquel. Raquel back to Rust. York jabbing at that puck. Down low in the corner now, Cates battling with Raquel back to Tippett. Tippett with speed. Over then for Forster. Forster will dump it down low into the Pittsburgh zone. 6 minutes to go. The Flyers keeping fresh skates there on the ice. Chipped into the Pittsburgh end. Soderblom battling with Sanheim. Sanheim down low off the boards then for Zegras. Zegras fighting with Girard. In the corner, Ristolainen. On the right side to Soderblom. 5:40 now to go here in this third period. Mantha up top. Shea a shot. And that one goes wide. Puck will slide all the way back down. .520. Kindle. Back to Mantha. Soderblom fires it, blocked. Penguins keep it in. Shea clears it down low. Right side to Kindle. In front, Mantha drive, it's blocked. Flyers get it back. They will bank it back to center. 5 minutes to go. We are now in crunch time. Crunch time is a game that is tied or within 2 goals. Malkin. Through center. On the right side, Tippett. Back down low, then into the corner. Here, Flyers get it back. Sealer. Nick Sealer will dump it down low here into the Pittsburgh zone. Carlson. Back over then for Witherspoon. Cross-ice pass, Malkin ahead then for Novak. Delayed offsides against the Pens. Ristolainen will take advantage and clear it down the other way. Keep an eye out for Skinner. They'll pull him soon, I imagine. 2-goal deficit. Tippett fires it. It deflects in the air. And out of play at 4:17. Flyers are being outshot in the third period and how many minutes they have played short-ended throughout this game, yet our Flyers prevail. Says a lot about the defense and Vladar. You are right about that. 200 people here in the stream tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. The Flyers lead the Penguins 2-0. So we will be live for Oilers and Ducks. That is the later game here on our commentary slate. I will end this stream and start a new one. I will end this stream and start a new one. So stay tuned for that. Channeling Bernie, damn right. Kind of is what he looks like out there. I'll agree with that. In case you missed it, Porter Martone and Garnet Hathaway with the 2 goals tonight. Make it a 2-0 lead here for the Flyers. Nordic for president. Huh. I would not be a good president. We'll see, Daniel. We'll see. .417 left to go in regulation. The Penguins are going to make one last push. Philadelphia up 2-0 here. They're 4 minutes away from going back to Philadelphia up 2-0. Face-off coming up here now in the Pittsburgh end. The faceoff will come here in the Pittsburgh zone. Dvorak versus Achari. Faceoff won back by the Flyers. Drysdale chips it off the boards, down low to the corner. Wotherspoon, what's up, JJ? How we doing? Yes, I am, JJ. We're doing the Edmonton game. Drysdale at center, back to Martone. Down low now to York. 4 minutes remaining. Drysdale will chip it back into the Pittsburgh zone. Skinner, here in his own end, back to Ryan Shea. Shea now moves it through center. Here's Lizotte, fires it into the zone. Blake Lizotte down low in the corner, fighting with Achari. On the right side, Philadelphia trying to clear it to center. Sanheim back to Hathaway, they'll get it there. Dewar, back over then to Letang. Chris Letang now regrouping in his own end. Now Dewar battling for it down low in the corner. Time winding down. Keep an eye out for Skinner. They may not even get a chance to pull him here. Letang to Carlson. He'll dump it down low, and the puck goes up and out of play. Stuart Skinner's going to go to the bench. We will see if he stays there. Where am I from? Pennsylvania. So they're going to keep Skinner in the net for now. They might want to try and win the faceoff and get possession. .3:11 left to go here in the third period. Faceoff is won back by the Flyers. Ristolainen will flick this one back to center. 3 minutes to go in regulation. Russ back down low. Flyers put on the pressure. Forster back down low on the right side, battling for it with Cates. There as well as Crosby. They'll fire it around behind the net, then back over to Ristolainen. Risto, a shot! Saved by Skinner. And they will cover up. Good on the Flyers. They're forcing the play here on Pittsburgh. They can't pull Skinner. Less than 3 minutes to go. They can't get him out. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We have 142 likes, or 124, sorry, here on this commentary. Thank you all so much. Face-off coming up here now in the Pittsburgh end. It is won back by the Penguins. Carlson, here in the Pittsburgh zone. Back over to Letang. Letang off the boards, then cross-ice pass to Crosby. And it's blown dead for an offsides. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. Offsides against Pittsburgh. In the middle of Amish country. Nice. I'm kind of in Amish country. A little bit. Pittsburgh's going to pull Skinner here. I think. Yep, they are. It's going to be a 6-on-5. Face-off here now is won back by the Flyers. They will fire for the empty net, just wide of it. And that'll be an icing at 2:28. Risto tried to end it there. If I can put in the correct numbers to make the clock right. So empty net here for the Penguins. Face-off's going to come in the Philadelphia zone. This is a massive, massive kill here for Philadelphia. If they win this game, they have a legitimate chance of winning this series. Face-off is won back by the Flyers. Behind the net, Sanheim will wrist it off the boards to center. Skinner is not at the net, and it goes wide of connecting, another icing at 2:20. You got to wonder when Pittsburgh will call the timeout here. They're not doing it just yet. Face-off now again in the Philadelphia zone. Couturier versus Crosby. Face-off is a tie-up. Penguins win it back. Carlson up top. Fires it. It goes wide. Trying to get it to it first is Sanheim. Sanheim will battle for it there. Couturier, now a 2-on-1 the other way. Couturier gets it to Glendening, who will tuck it into the empty net, and the Flyers go up 3-0 on the Pens. Empty net goal for Luke Glendening. And it looks like the Flyers will take a 2-0 series lead over Pittsburgh, heading back to Philadelphia. Are you kidding me? Grew up outside of Reading and Robacina. Don't miss the Winners. Yeah, I live around Reading. The Winners suck here. The Winners are the worst. Luke Glendening, empty net goal assisted by Sean Couturier. He was on a non-playoff team in the Devils just a month ago. 2:05 left to go in regulation. The game's not over yet. But the Flyers make it a 3-0 lead. Here's Noah Cates, who will backhand it down low. Mantha battling forward here, down low in the corner. Letang on the right side here for Carlson. Delayed penalty against the Penguins as Cates runs into Letang, or Letang runs into Cates. Sorry, the other way around. And the referees call a power play here against Pittsburgh. And now the two sides get into it here. Power play for Philadelphia. Luke Glendening from Couturier and Hathaway. Multi-point game for Garnet Hathaway. And the Flyers are going to win game 2. A minute 47, these two teams still duking it out on the right side. Don't forget, Oilers and Ducks. Round 1, game 1, right after this. Coming up in just a couple of minutes here. Be sure to stick around, guys. That'll be a fun one. A minute 47. Flyers going to be on the power play now for the rest of the game. Am I a Dallas fan? No, I'm a Flyers fan. Hell of a game here in Pittsburgh. Flyers play the way they had to. Pittsburgh, they give them credit. They did make a comeback here. Or they tried to make a comeback here. They outshot Philadelphia in this third period. That's the best period I've seen them play the entire series. And now they go up, and now, obviously they weren't able to win the game, but four-minute power play for Philadelphia, not like it matters. Flyers will run this game out here on the power play, try and boost their stats, I guess. Rick Tockett's not happy about the calls. Wow. What a game here for the Flyers. Absolutely incredible. Dan Vladar. Yeah, it looks like a double minor. Pens lost because of the jersey they're wearing. You might be right about that. Face-off coming up here now outside of the Pittsburgh zone. It's a 4-minute power play for the Flyers. It's not like it matters. They're going to be on the power play to end the game anyway. Hey, Daniel, thank you for the $5 dono, brother. Another dono from you. It's greatly appreciated, bro. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Your guys' donations are always appreciated. Thank you. We will start a fresh stream, Todd. We'll start a fresh stream. Dump back down low here into the Philadelphia zone. A lot of empty seats here in Pittsburgh. Ristolainen. Back for Dvorak. Dvorak will flick that one in there on Skinner. He'll make the save. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate that. That helps out a long way. It really does. A minute 35 to go. It's all about just kind of running down the clock for the Flyers. If only they had running clock. Face-off in the Pittsburgh zone, won by the Flyers. Ristolainen dumps it around behind the net. Konechny battling with Achari. Puck will slide all the way back. Up and out of play. What a phenomenally well-played game here by the Flyers. Again, they had to play a certain way, and they answer back, and they do so. Hell of a team. 4-minute power play carryover next game. Yup. If only. Tippett. Up top to Sam. Could you imagine that was a thing? Owen Tippett back to Sanheim. Travis Sanheim here on the right side. Down low to Forster. Forster to Tippett. Ristolainen now to Sanheim. Sanheim to Ristolainen. Time winding down. Last minute of play here in the third period. I think it was Tippett. Tippett got cut. Sanheim. At the point, Flyers are 18-0, leading 2-0 in best-of-7 series. Sanheim holds it at the point here for Philadelphia. Tippett on the right side to Ristolainen. Flyers just running down the clock, honestly. Cates to Ristolainen. Cross-ice pass to Sanheim. Sanheim to Tippett. Tippett up top to Ristolainen. Ristolainen down low in the corner. He knocks Lazat's helmet off. Getting into it there with him. Ristolainen just pushing everybody at this point. 20 seconds to go. Cates fighting with Shea in the corner. Delayed penalty here against the Penguins. And now Forster getting into it with Weatherspoon. He's throwing the punches without taking his gloves off. And things keep on getting heated. So Philadelphia will win this game. Shots are 27-23. And they're going to head to Philadelphia with a 2-0 series lead. I can't believe it, honestly. As a Flyers fan myself, I'm shocked. I thought for sure Pittsburgh would win tonight. Now, that's not because I don't believe in the in the Flyers. But I thought Pittsburgh would bounce back. And they kind of did. They played a better game in this game than they have in Game 1 for sure. Nearly 30 shots on the night. They played well, but Vladar was better. The Flyers' defense was better. They converted on the goals. I'm in disbelief, to be honest with you. I'm a little shocked as a Flyers fan. I thought Pittsburgh would win this game. Honestly, I really thought they would. Still 5-1 Cubs, of course. Phillies can't win to do anything. So 19 minutes to go here in this third period, just waiting for the time to run down. I'm not too worried because I think they're going to start the Oilers game a little bit later. They might wait until the Senators-Hurricanes game's over, so just going to... It's all good. I'm not worried about the time or anything. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock and the game's starting soon, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest with you. Not that worried about it. 31 subs on the day, though. Thank you all so much. 30 good start through the first game of the day. We got 129 likes. It's nuts. You guys are unbelievable. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much. All right, they finally sort out the penalties. Face-off is one back into the Philadelphia zone. In on Vladar. They'll take it behind the net. And the Flyers come into Pittsburgh. They take 2 games and they will head back to Philadelphia with a 2-0 lead as the underdogs. Absolutely incredible. Dan Vladar with the shutout win. The first shutout for the Flyers this season. The 19th different goaltender to get a shutout this year. And the second shutout of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Wow. What a stream. What a game. That was fun. I apologize for the Wi-Fi trouble. I apologize for that. That was on me. Hopefully, we'll be able to fix that up here for the next game. It looks like it was fine in the third, so that's okay. But that will do it for me. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We're going to transition over to Oilers and Ducks. Oilers and Ducks Game 1 coming up next. I will end this stream and start a new one. So turn on your notification bell. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next stream.